idea. One other thing to note is that Seraphine is just totally ignored. Not banned nor picked. Nobody on either team wants to play it for some strange reason. She's incredibly strong right now. And, you know, I think it would have been a great pick for either team, even if you want to throw it into the mid lane.
Yeah, I think the Staff of Flowing Water nerf has made Korean teams a little bit less likely to pick her because she has slipped through a few times or has been picked up very low priority. And I think in this draft for Nongshim in particular, it didn't really make that much sense because they don't have any champions that are going to benefit a lot from that healing. Whereas I think I would have liked it a lot more on Gen G's side. But they go with the Zoe, which I think is much better for that front-to-back team fight. Don't have the insane engage tool that you're going to have with the Charm and the Encore when you do go into those team fights. But you have a lot more poke damage this way.
Yeah, so we'll see how Zoe for BDD will work out. It has worked out really well in the past.
Well, and how good he's been on it. He's 4-4 on the champion. Woohoo!
Rich ate that extra tower shot, though. That was a little bit unfortunate. If you don't take that turret shot, you're just in such a great spot, even with Meganar coming up here.
Yeah, you could just threaten to kill him even if you don't end up taking that shot. I mean, he's still in a nice spot, but he doesn't know about Clip.
Oh,
the flash.
No. Not like this.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was just the most unfortunate thing I've ever seen.
We have to talk about the Clid conversation now because Clid gets an early kill. He's already got his alternator online, and he's just going to be aggressive.
Oh, that was a nice little dodge from Clid. He's got the blast plant. That Peanut, he thought he was getting it early so that Clid would be bounced back, but actually it was perfectly setting him over the wall there to safety, and he will just be fine. Looking for the spear here. He's going to hit it, and I think he's dead again. One auto is going to kill him. And Rich, once again, is just the most unfortunate player on this rift.
Clid was a sniper, 360 no-scope over the wall.
Ooh.
As Life's making a play meanwhile.
There's no flash on Duck Dom. I think he's just straight up dead here. He's going to try to dash. It doesn't matter because the build-up of the passive and, of course, the Acathian Rain. So here we are in another game where Gen G are just dominating, as this is just not going to help at all either. BDD's even going to BM him with a sly little emote there. Didn't quite catch which one that was, but...
He gets the battle, so we're going to see Peanut try to make something happen here as well.
Oh, the flash on in, the ultimate comes through. Do they have the damage? The collateral damage will be enough, but let's see what Gen G can come in through with the kill, perhaps onto Rich afterwards, as Peanut's like, yeah, I'm out of here, buddy. So they choose to play those instead. As we do have a little bit of a 2-on-1 here, Rich getting caught. He's looking for that ultimate onto Rascal. Rascal actually can't get too close, and now Rascal burning down. He's going to be able to dodge that one poison, but here comes the teleport. Trying to get on top of Bade, though. He does have the damage to sweep up the Gnar, but the one spear will be enough for Clid to pick up that other kill, as BDD also able to help hunting down there onto Bay, even though Rascal did pick it up. So at the end of the day, a 2-for-1 in favor of Gen G.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? And that's why Rich is trying to make proactive...
He's down 2 levels. He's trying to get this kill, and he might be able to. Had Rascal not flashed there, that was just going to be a straight-up kill down 2 levels with no mythic. Yeah, we do see Clid taking down Shirley here, second Rift Herald at this point in time. We have 4 members of Nongshim trying to gank the flashless Gnar. Rascal just trying to get to the wall here. He's not even going to hit Mega Gnar. And on the Miasma, no hope of even hopping away. So Nongshim, nice capitalization on the lack of flash there for Rascal. Rascal maybe a little too overconfidently down the lane.
Against the top laner who doesn't have flash.
They are back.
They're doubling down. Yeah.
And it's 2 of them. They're just bullying Rascal. They're not letting him sit in the lane.
Drake, they're going to try to at least.
Yeah.
Peanut comes in.
This is very interesting. We got double Miasma now. Clid is just dead. He is... I don't know what Gen G are doing, to be honest. They're just going to lose this Drake now as Rascal trying to make this happen. 2v4 at the moment. Ruler able to pick up the kill onto the relatively squishy Cassiopeia at this moment in time. And you can see they're just trying to zone away Ruler as much as possible, but I feel like they've got them cornered now. As BDD going to miss everything there. Bay trying to get on top of him now. BDD still holding that extra flash. He's got another one in his pocket, and he'll be looking to line these up as well. Nongshim seem to have found a way out of this, to be honest, with Rascal trying to make his way over, but Gen G not able to pick up any more kills, and Nongshim, they got the mountain.
Rascal wants to delay some backs here. They do get the mountain, and I think this was... I actually like Gen.G's idea here, but as soon as they saw the contest, they should have gotten out, especially when... I mean, they don't have vision on the other side of the pit, and I don't know... Well, maybe we'll get to see it in a replay, whether they had ward totems or not, to check for that, but when Rich teleports, or rather flashes over like that, you can just straight up die if you're, just 2 on the Baron, so, or on a Drake, so... I like the idea of controlling vision here and pulling the attention away and looking for a Drake, but they stayed too long. They will get the Baron afterwards. As Peanut, well...
He's dodging everything. We got that going for him, but yeah, as you mentioned.
We do have the ability for them to hard engage with Rich and Bay. There they go.
Ooh, Bay with a really nice setup here. Is it going to matter, though, as Ruler's just able to walk away? Everybody on the side of Nongshim not able to follow up on that very
Rich
nice
wasn't
engage.
There. I thought he was nearby because I'm like, oh, if Bay's going in here, I mean, the follow-up miasma and the damage output is actually insane if you make the call, but he wasn't there. That was a pretty messed up situation here for Nongshim where it didn't.
All right, here we go. That might just be a dead snake. Able to go golden for just a moment, but then immediately just gets clapped by Ruler at this point in time. We finally see an Inferno trigger in this game, but that is going to be the first and the last one that I've seen, at least. As Gen.G, with the Baron buff, it looks like they don't want to just push in and end the game here at around 30 minutes.
Yep, they're going to end it. One snap call from Nongshim, which would have been so much better had Rich been nearby and ready to follow up. Doesn't work out. We don't get to see them play that later part of the game. They were so near to getting to. And that's going to be it. I mean, phenomenal game here for Gen.G. Their early game as strong as ever, even without the Renekton, even without the Camille.
Sure. So we're going to take a look at some of the post-game stats. And some of the points here of the match, I suppose, that will show you what happened here. It was pretty slow and steady up until the end. Like I was saying, it was like Gen.G eventually felt forced to fight them once Nongshim started challenging them at Drake's. And Gen.G were kind of just taking them for granted before that. But they made it happen. They just smacked them with their wallets eventually. And they did take the win.
Welcome back everybody for the Saturday's LCK, and today's analyst desk will be joined by Tang and Lee, Gorilla, and Kuro. Welcome guys! Nice to see you guys, and this is Season with the translation. And this is the second day for the second round robin here in the LCK Spring Split, and we are starting off with Nongshim Red Force versus Gen.G. Gen.G was able to once again smurf on the lower ranked teams in the LCK, and it seems like Nongshim's slump is keep going on. And which means they have to come up with some other gears in order to find a breakthrough, and their answer was Cassiopeia top. And this is only the first week with the 11.3 patch, so we are seeing more and more new champions. And Cassiopeia is a champion that can actually harass the lane up against Gnar. And Cassiopeia is a champion that can kind of basically 1v1 any kind of champion that comes to the lane, but I think the setup in the early phase was not that perfect, so we saw a blunder coming out from Rich, which actually snowballed really hard. I think draft in general was really good for both teams, but I think Nongshim faced proficiency problems, and also experience on this champion was actually lacking, which ended up losing this game. And it was really impressive to see that Zoe pick coming out as an R5, because we actually expected Gen.G to actually pick Azir for their mid laner in the 4th pick, but actually Gen.G went for Gnar first, and then last pick Zoe for BDD. Zoe is the champion that can outrage the opponents, so which means Cassiopeia was not able to have the best game she planned. Well, yeah, she did enter some of the problems in the early phase, but still, we can say Zoe was a really smart pick that can actually counter some of the play that can be set up by Cassiopeia. So speaking of the early mistakes, let's take a look how it really went. But still, Nongshim Red Force, even though they were falling behind, they were trying to keep reaching to Gen.G. But let's take a look at this lane problem that we saw from this Cassiopeia pick, or maybe the Rich execution. So Cassiopeia was able to bully Nar really hard, but in the end, she actually took 2 turret shots, and also she didn't clear the wave fast enough, which opened up a window for Nidalee to gank the top lane. And this is where everything started to fall apart for Cassiopeia. She even failed Fat Flash, or maybe she just panic flashed, so she got hit by the spear as well. But we have to keep in mind that both junglers got pushed from the bottom duo, which means that they are both passing towards the top side. So Peanut at the same time was also trying to rotate up to the top lane, but he was not able to get there before that accident broke out. But let's take a look at this highlight where Gen.G also made some allocation mistake. I think Gen.G was a little bit too greedy, making the rotation up to the top lane when the dragon was getting generated. So 2 of the Gen.G players were on the Drake, Clid and Rascal. So Clid went in for the still first, and then the rest of the Nongshim players were actually grouping up. Because 2 or 3 members of Gen.G was actually rotated towards the top side of the map, there was no way for them to outspeed this kind of grouping of speed coming out from Nongshim Red Force. Because Gen.G wanted to get the Drake and also cleared out the wave on the top side as well, they were not able to execute both missions perfectly. Maybe because they were in a huge lead, they were a little bit getting caught off guard, to be honest. For Gen.G, maybe it was a little bit too risky to take both of those options. However, somehow they were able to actually turn that fight around, even though losing it, but they were able to turn around for a Baron Shrine. It's only the beginning of the second round, so Gen.G can tidy up those issues, and Clid will be able to pick up this POG once again. He's been ramping up recently really well. Recently, I think Clid looks to be performing so easily to get those kills, which means that he is feeling really great in the recent matches. Some of the Miracle Spears even lands onto Cassiopeia. We all knew that Clid is such a premier player here in the LCK, and it's really good to see him back on this form. And Nidalee actually opened up a lot more space for Nar, and she was able to block the potential of this pocket pick coming out from Rich as well. 8 for 9 going over to Clid on that Nidalee pick, and Gen.G closed out game number 1 with a huge win. Gen.G has to win today's match in order to consolidate their spot on the second place. And moving on to the later phase of the split, it's really important to secure as many win points as possible. So let's take a look for game number 2.